This just in, a special report for the Headline Club. Linda Lenz is hanging up her notebook and retiring from journalism. She's to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award after 47 years on the job. This is her story.
I started my journalistic career as the Deerfield Village reporter. I went on to cover politics and be a columnist in politics on the North Shore, and then went to the Chicago Daily News as a general assignment reporter, became an editorial writer, went to the Sun-Times to cover education, and went on to found Catalyst 26 years ago, where I have been an editor and a publisher.
And once she formed Catalyst, she became a resource library and immediate sort of analytical tool by which we could figure out things that we didn't fully appreciate about the complexity of Chicago public schools.
Linda Lenz is a premier expert on education in Chicago. She knows the players, she knows the politics, she knows the bureaucracy, she knows the community. She brings it all together. She's a total veteran who knows the way back story and the current story.
When school reform came to Chicago in 1988, with local school councils and a very different approach, Linda spotted an opportunity and she spotted a need, and God love her, she stepped up, she met it, and I think that the way we've approached this work is different as a result, and there's no way to ever know what the world would have looked like if we hadn't had a catalyst.
Linda has provided great continuity. She has persisted in making available data and honest and objective reporting about the quality and status of education, not only in Chicago, but in other places as well.
She has shaped Catalyst in her own way all these years, and she's fought for Catalyst, and that's something that I don't know that everybody understands, is how hard it is to run a not-for-profit organization, news organization in Chicago, and that she has never let it die, even when there are lots of forces saying, hey, can this survive, and a whole bunch of people went out of business, but she persevered, and she always kept the mission in mind.
You really can't imagine Chicago school reform or Chicago education without Catalyst. And you can't imagine Catalyst without Linda. She is the first and most important reason it came into being. She has left a legacy of informed decision making that is powerful. I think it will be lasting, and she has done it on top of all of that with class and with good humor and with unfailing compassion and kindness.
I see my legacy as all the great education reporters that Catalyst has produced. We have Melissa Sanchez and Keelan Belcher right now. There is Veronica Anderson and Lorraine Forte and Sarah Karp, Maureen Kelleher, Liz Duffrin, Dan Weissman. These are all journalists who understand schools, and it's great that they're out in the community reporting on them.
The three words to describe Linda Lenz are fair to all.
Patient.
Courageous, committed.
And hard driving.
The most important thing I learned about education, it's all about people, not programs.
She deserves this award for the service she's rendered to this city, to education writing, to journalism. This was a city that was wrestling, as it still does, with problems in its educational system. And it needed some sustained attention.
She deserves this award because she doesn't think she does. Linda Lenz deserves it because it never occurred to her that people understand just what she's given and what it means. So she especially deserves this award.